All right, here we have it. Game two. Wow, I hope this game two lives up to how exciting game one was. Huge amount of kills, 43 kills, I believe, in a 35-minute game. Just action packed, back and forth, Baron fight until RNG was able to pick up a double kill and then get the Baron, push down mid for the inhibitor, and follow up with an 8 to 9,000 gold lead. So let's see. We had some very unique picks on RNG's side. We had a Vladimir top and Aurelia mid, and it was just it was really exciting. It was not only the Uzi show; it was a lot of Aurelia getting to the back line, a lot of flanks by Letme's Vladimir, making sure to get all kinds of damage before he was eliminated, and we haven't seen too much difference in the ban priority. RNG banning out Talia, which is a little bit different than before, wanting to deny that from Caps, who had an excellent game one. Once again, Reckless is picking up Ezreal first, and we're going to see if it's going to follow the same ban order in which Uzi will pick up Caitlyn to counter this lane. But Reckless did pretty well into this lane. He got an early kill and was able to hold his own here in the bot lane. But Uzi did get first tower, was able to pick up a kill in lane, and is going to be more than happy to run that matchup once again. Last game it was a Skarner pick here, blind. Let's see. They're going to change up their pick order. They're going to prioritize the Vladimir, which is a flex pick, but Let Me did play it to quite a very effective amount here in the first game. Once about the 15-minute mark hit, he was out farming and out team fighting the enemy top laner. So Brock's picking up the Camille, so this could be a top lane or a jungle pick. We're going to have to see how they decide to play it. So both teams with a flex pick each, and definitely a change of pace, seeing the Skarner picked up from Fnatic, and instead making Karsa go on something else. Let's see if he's able to play the Olaf, or if he'd rather play the Trundle in this case. Looks like they're trading picks. Last game, Fnatic had the Tahm Kench, and this game is going to be Ming on the Tahm Kench, going to be protecting the Caitlyn. Lots of dive potential for Fnatic with Camille and Skarner, and who can counter that is good old Tahm Kenchi. Rise, an interesting band, also targeting Caps. They're going to pinch Karsa's jungle pool with the Olaf taken out of there. See if they ban out any more mid laners here for Caps. They do. And Zoe, who he's played extremely well this tournament, lots of poke. 3 mid lane bans, including and then the Yasuo, who could go mid and top lane. And then we very well predict another jungle ban here. Let's see if they take out the Trundle. Aurelia. Yeah, that's a good ban. Xiaohu played it to extreme efficiency. Zach picked up quickly from Karsa. Fnatic did this last time, showing the Pantheon, but I highly doubt they're going to pick the Spartan. Much more likely to pick up a support or a mid laner here. Janna is a good pick against the Zac and the Vladimir, because they're both looking to dive in and engage, whereas she can counter engage with her ultimate and the tornado. Corki would be an okay pick. Oh, so exciting! The Aurelian Soul. Perfect. Ah, I can't wait for this game. They are running a one tank comp here on Fnatic. All kinds of movement here from the Aurelian Soul. Cap's going to play once again a roaming mid laner, see if he can affect the rest of the lanes. He was able to in the first game, quickly picking up 7 kills. And here, having his Talia, Rise, and Zoe banned out, we'll have to do it on someone else, the Aurelian Soul. Very exciting, and having the Orin here picked up for the top lane from Let Me, not going with the carry route. This time Xiaohu's going to play the Vladimir, so the Vladimir going for both the top laner and the mid laner here in the first 2 games. Very exciting. RNG has a double tank lane, and Vladimir can get a little bit tanky himself. The damage threats are not very much, with only Vladimir and Caitlyn as damage potential, so not quite as much damage as they had in the first game, but they have the similar sort of scaling comp with Vladimir and Caitlyn, so doing very well into the 30-minute plus game and the 3-item plus. Fnatic's got a similar team comp, but just a little bit different. The Camille is really the big difference in this Fnatic comp. We're going to see how this Aurelian Soul can push the Vladimir in and see if he can roam. Vladimir not the best wave clearer, but is a very safe mid laner. Even if you dive with 3 people in mid lane, Vladimir can still get out or sometimes take someone with him. Partie numéro 2. So looking at the lanes, we're having Ornn being a better team fighter here in top, whereas Camille better split pusher. The jungle, we're having more unique ganks from the Zac, but the Skarner has better pick potential. In the mid lane, the Aurelian Soul will be able to push, especially with that minion dematerializer. We'll be able to push the Vladimir. Vladimir is just looking to not die and scale. We'll be able to scale later, but Aurelian Soul should be able to head down to the bot lane and see if he can pick up a kill. Bot lane, once again, Uzi on the Caitlyn. He should have an advantage over this Klepto Ezreal, but Reckless did his job, did very well last game. And the support, yes, Janna does have range, but just did not have a lot of damage. Should be able to poke the Caitlyn and the Tahm Kench a little bit, but really is not going to be doing any sort of major damage. Same sort of invade here from Fnatic. RNG once again has vision. They saw them come up. Karsa's going to change up his path a little bit. Instead of heading down to the chickens, it's going to head over towards his blue side. And this time, Broxa is going to be able to get a more complete clear. Brilliant Soul warding the blue buff. They're going to have an exact timing on when Zac gets that buff and moves either towards the continue clearing or to gank. Excellent damage from Caps, already using up his whole mana pool. Going to look to go back possibly. If he doesn't go back, he'll have a hard time pushing in this next wave. So it was played against RNG, and looking at those statistics, most likely Fnatic won. So they're able to push the wave in, going to be able to get back to base. Hopefully has at least 300 gold to be able to buy something useful. We're going to see once this screen gets So being able to buy a Dark Seal and a Control Ward. Dark Seal can be able to make use of the Corrupting Potion just a little bit more. Nice quick backs. What you got to do with Aurelion Soul, push, push, push. Get some early backs, get some early items, and then look to roam whenever you get 6. Cap's going for Ignite instead of the Teleport. 3 men top, going on to Let Me, landing the stun, but not able to get enough follow-up damage. This is level 3, diving in the top lane, and that's a lot of time wasted. Zach's coming in, not quite getting the knock-up, but getting Janna. Just not able to get quite enough, but we are having Vladimir come down. This is going to be a 4-man dive. Vladimir getting a little bit of poke, but not wanting to commit too hard on it is RNG, and very intelligently going to back off from that. Uzi going to continue poking down. Already at 4 minutes, the bot tower at 55% health. Looking to get this pre-10-minute bot tower. Bring that Caitlyn lane to the top. Work on the next turret. Then bring her to the mid. And by 15-20 minutes, you want to have all of the outer tier 1s taken out. This is what you need to do as Caitlyn. This is how Caitlyn wins games. Get the early lead from the early towers. That lets you carry in through your weak mid game. Build up 3 or 4 items, and then be the big monster from the back line, getting all kinds of crit damage, and just being able to be one of the hardest damage champions in the game. Broxa's got 2 levels on the Zac. Being stunned up from Caps, only at 2 bars, there's not much he can do, and he can't get that camp. This is an excellent counter jungling ability from Broxa, being able to have an 11 CS lead onto Karsa, and this is a much worse performance from Karsa here to start the game. Janna's going to attempt to go back, and that was so close to Janna being able to go back. Just less than a second away, Janna would have backed, and the Tom Kench tongue, he used Flash to be able to get in there quickly. Excellent use of Summoner. He has Spellbook, and followed up by the Vladimir, being able to pick up that first kill on RNG onto Xiaohu, and great first start. It's just unfortunate the jungle is not going to be at the same level. Roxa with a big lead over Karsa, yet now Uzi has got that 13 CS lead with this first blood. And here, watch Xiaohu push the wave in, come right through the bottom, through the mid path. They see Janna here. Flash, Ignite, more than enough. Xiaohu going Predator boots. That's definitely Vladimir is great with speed, but it's something that I haven't seen too much recently. You don't normally see that on a mid laner, but I like the decision. It makes all kinds of sense. Cap's getting all kinds of damage. Ignite off, and that's going to be enough. Cap's getting the trading kill back onto Xiaohu, and Xiaohu really shouldn't have stayed in there too long. Having that first blood is now not meaning so much. Ultimate used from Let Me, but it's not going to be enough. Two-one with a slight gold lead here for Fnatic. Mountain Dragon as a first dragon. Neither team should be looking to rush that anytime before the 10-minute mark. Caitlyn being able to start with that BF sword, so doing lots of damage. Caps flashing towards the Vladimir just to avoid the CC, and he barely gets out. He really should run away. He's got no more mana left. Excellent decision there by Caps. Every other player would have flashed towards their turret, but that's how good of a player he and how well he's playing these days. Going towards the enemy. Getting out just barely. Camille with the Sheen and the double Doran's blade. Coming towards bottom, putting pressure. That's going to allow Let Me on Orin in the top lane, push and try to get some of the CS. Camille will lose about one wave there. Not the end of the world, already has a lead. Tried to make a play on bot lane, can't falter for that. Uzi's going to continue to push. Knows that in all likelihood, Reckless is going back. Here we're going to see RNG pushed up fairly heavily. So not only do they get the support kill, but they're able to pick up the first tower here at 9 minutes, so even quicker than the last game. Or no, he's getting dived. Gonna go onto the support. The support's not the one doing damage to him though. Camille, one more shot. Getting attacked by the minions. Very, very close of Let Me turning that around. Vladimir's gonna come up. If he's got any way to move in. Could be very dangerous. Before people top, looking like they're gonna try to turn this. Wave getting pushed. Vladimir really should let this go. You should not try to defend this turret against 4 people. Ultimate being used. He's going to get a kill. Oh, very close. It's so close. Yes, picking it up onto the Camille. Flashing right back into the tower and getting the trading kill. This is a lot of time wasted for Fnatic. Excellent play here from Xiaohu. Getting a trading kill, getting the second kill for his team. Meanwhile, RNG picking up the Mountain Drake to get that first dragon in that early dragon control. Going right up to the top lane. Excellent map movement there by Ming and Uzi. And yes, Xiaohu goes down here, but gets the ultimate onto 3. Sandwing pulled right into them. Knocks out Camille. Gets traded back. Don't want Caps getting these kills, but really there's nothing he could have done. Someone's going to be picking up the kill on him, and Caps has got 3 kills, looking to hard carry. Got the Rod of Ages at 11 minutes. 6 stacks on the Dark Seal. Really strong, super strong. Just got to keep getting those blue buffs fed to him. Extremely mana intensive champion is Aurelion Sol, especially when you're pushing the wave. Not too much action going on, pretty even. Yes, the kills are in Fnatic's favor, but the farm lead, the gold is even. Uzi does want to focus on knocking down this top tower, but you don't want to be pushing too far in the top lane without your jungler going to help. Caps getting caught just a little bit here from the Zac, bouncing him right into the tower. Those tower shots will most likely be enough. Vladimir wants the kill, picks it up. 3rd kill onto Xiaohu, just trying to get away. There's no pool left. Trading back from Broxa. Overall, fairly even play. Caps did trade back some gold here, having 3 kills, getting shut down. That enables Vladimir to pick up the Shirelius. This really should be a fight for the top lane. Karsa should be moving. Well, look, I was going to say Karsa needs to vision the top, but look at all the red vision for RNG. The whole top is littered with wards. Let me count them: 2, 4, 6, 7 wards here in the top lane. And even though it's pushed into lane, they're going back. Uzi attempted to go back, not able to. Excellent shot from Reckless. And I would have thought that Uzi would be trying to push the wave in a little bit more, try to get some more damage onto this turret, but was valuing a back here at 30 CS up. Still some gold in the inventory for her. But we're having Orin Dove, but Zach's trying to come in and just turn it around, not able to do that. Roxa picking up the kill, 2-0-2, going with the perfect Skarner game, out jungling Karsa in every sense of the word. Cloud Drake up in a minute 30. Neither team gonna be taking any risk to get that. Uzi finishing out off the rapid fire cannon. Gonna have the range to feel a little safer to make a play onto this top lane. Gonna see going down. Ultimate used. Little quick 3-on-1. Stun landed. Once that stun landed, it was all over from there. It's just who's picking up the kill. Unfortunately, it was Broxa picking it up on the Skarner, but they just wanted to get that over before Zach was able to come turn that fight around. Tower at 40%. Keep hitting it. Excellent Devour here from Ming. Karsa's very close. Don't know he's there. I think he's going to go. Karsa really should start loading up. Playing very careful. Very passive lane with Ezreal and Janice. So many ways they can escape a gank. I was going to think they were going to try to do that to maybe force a flash. But deciding not to want to lose a team fight here at this important juncture. Gold is even, 16 minutes in. One dragon over for RNG. It is a mountain dragon. Cloud Drake up on the map. Rift Herald has not been attempted just yet. But you'd like to think it would be RNG who'd be putting a focus on that, since they do have the Caitlyn Kench here in the top lane. They should have a little bit of priority here, be able to push it in. Ornn does do some damage if you stand in front of him. With the control ward in the bush, it is Broxa attempting to start this. Karsa on the bot lane, not able to do anything. He's looking for a gank here in the bot. Not going to be able to stop the objective being taken on the other side of the map. Very close to being able to get that, but close only counts as horseshoes and hand grenades, and we're not playing either of those, war or horseshoes. A very quick use on the Rift Herald. We're very close to getting that turret. It might just barely go down, but just not going to see that. Transition to top. 4 members are top lane for Fnatic. Uzi being very careful about pushing in too far. Lets that tower go down. It is the safe place. There you see it, just 2 or 3 auto attacks away from going down. Caps is going to take the solo gold for that. Gonna head back to base and start on the next item. Finishing off the Rallies, picking up a control award. 2 items now for Caps versus 2 items for Xiaohu. slowly but surely, Karsa has been able to catch up here in the CS against Broxa. Yes, Broxa was able to pick up the Rift Herald, but only able to knock down the mid tower from about half health. Not that big of a deal. Karsa, though, has caught up from that 15 CS disadvantage he was down. And yes, he doesn't have any kills, but also hasn't died yet. So doing a good job getting back to being relevant. Is only a level down. Not the end of the world. Both teams fighting in this dragon area. Fnatic has their support and jungler that were in top lane. They're coming down to mid lane. They're continuing to move down. They want to contest this. Orange going up with the knocks up the Aurelion Soul. Both teams very careful about whether they want to engage in this or not. RNG's jungler a little bit low. They're going to go in for the steal. Picking up the steal. Very huge from Karsa. They're going out to the team fight. Xiaohu is in the front line, getting all kinds of damage. Neither has died yet. Dragon did go over for RNG. Cap's going to try to follow up. They're trying to follow up with the orange. Oh, so close. Karsa being knocked out here. Passive being used. 2 kills go over the Fnatic. Dragon to RNG. Win for our Fnatic. This is an excellent job here. Caps going right over the wall, being extremely aggressive, putting pressure. Not only is this going to be a couple of kills, but it's going to be a lot of tower damage. Uzi trying as much as he can to stop this, and yes, that mid tower was taken down to about half health. But RNG not getting the best of that trade. So here, having Karsa go down to 50% health, gets the smite, the Vladimir ultimate onto Janna and Ezreal. Not as effective as he would have liked. At this point, health bars are extremely low from RNG. They're just looking to get out of here, lose the minimum as possible. Reckless going forward. Very even damage chart. Mid lane and 80 carry just doing that much more for Fnatic. Now we're starting the Baron dance with Fnatic up this 4,000 gold despite RNG having 2 dragons. They do have the slight advantage in the fighting, in the team fight. RNG does have this more scaling team, so Fnatic has a significant team fight advantage here. They do want to fight. This is the type of situation you want to be in. You want to get in those 3-on-3s, 4-on-4s, 5-on-5s. Camille is continuing the split push. Ornn at 0-3 with 0 assists. Down 45 CS, cannot hold this Camille. RNG just needs to delay this game. They don't want the massive team fights here. They want Fnatic to overstep. They can't allow this side lane of Camille versus Ornn to continue too much longer. Because once Camille gets her Trinity Force, it's going to be a whole different story. You're going to have a Hydra Trinity Force, and that's going to be way too much damage for Ornn to be able to deal with. Fnatic here in the driver's seat. This is their game to lose. A reminder, folks, this is a best of 5 series, the semifinals and the finals, best of 5. These two teams, champions in their own region. RNG, very surprisingly, coming out of the LPL as the victors, having a spectacular playoff run. And if you want to see some high octane League of Legends, go back and watch that LPL 2018 spring playoff run. Fnatic had a little bit of an easier time over here in Europe, being head over heels better than their compatriots in G2. Gotta say, they're not too happy about going 4-6 though. Neither is Team Liquid for that matter. But hey, at least Fnatic was able to make it to the next round. Team Liquid cannot even say that. Want to check out some good interviews? Check out the Travis Scafford, the Reckless and Doublelift interviews. There are two guys at the top of their field here in the West with mutual admiration for each other. But we're having all kinds of action. A knock up onto the Aurelion Sol. They're using everything to try to knock him down, including the exhaust. Vladimir picking that up. Mid laners in this game picking up all kinds of kills. This is the mid lane show with the 80 carries picking up the CS. RNG coming out slightly ahead of that one, but they have to use so much to pick up the kill onto Cap. Now down for 30 seconds. Dragon up in about 25. So right when the next Dragon's up, that's when Caps is going to be coming in base, and he's going to need at least 10 or 15 seconds to get from base to Dragon. So RNG could set up for a Dragon play, but there's not much to this. It's a play. We're having Caps who just gets caught out a little bit. Knock up also affected the Camille, so Camille not wanting to die. They did not want the 3-on-3, which is Fnatic, and RNG being able to get enough damage on the right target. This game's far from over. 4,300 gold up for Fnatic, but RNG just needs to let this scale just a little bit more. Get this going about 10 minutes more. Get that fourth item on your Vladimir and your Caitlyn, and we're going to see what's up. Camille does have the Trinity for us. She is at that split pushing point. She can absolutely do work against the Ornn. 45 CS up. Very close to a fight happening, but Uzi being able to get away with the red buff and head back towards mid lane. Once again, Fnatic with the early vision onto the Baron pit. Pink wards, regular wards, strewn all across the pit. 2, 4, 6, 7 vision, which includes the Scuttle Crab, all around the Baron area. RNG not in a position to be contesting this dragon. They could do is they could move into the Baron pit and reestablish some vision control. RNG not valuing this dragon. They could have, about a minute ago, stacked towards it when Caps was still down and locked that one up, but that was not their primary focus. Another Wind Dragon is not going to be the way they win this game. Of course, the Wind Dragon, the second Wind Dragon, would have really helped Vladimir, but they did not want to put priority on that. And in the case, we're having Fnatic coming back with the mid-game Dragon. So same thing as last game. Fnatic getting an early advantage, RNG getting early dragons, RNG then choosing not to prioritize the mid-game dragons, in which Fnatic picks those up. And let's see if the same result happens. Can RNG pick up the team fight win despite being down in gold? Time will only tell. Teleports are both available here for the top laners. They're both fighting around mid lane. I mean, they're fighting bot lane, excuse me. Camille just able to pressure that tower down, or not able to do anything except clear waves, absorb damage. If Camille pushes this wave, goes to buy, and then teleports in towards the Baron, they're going to have an advantage. They will certainly have an advantage. Even if Orin responds with a teleport of his own, this Camille is going to be able to do so much more. 3-on-1, Camille flashing out, excellent reaction time. RNG is out of position. Fnatic's going to be starting up the Baron. RNG tried to get a pick onto the bot lane, but Fnatic doing an excellent job countering, but do they have enough damage? It does not look like they have enough damage to knock this out before RNG is able to do something else. RNG picking up the kill onto Camille, and it's oh so close. Baron going over. Whoa! Karsa picking up the steal, and they're going to get the team fight win. Once again, Fnatic around Baron, not able to contest. And this was their fault. They started it. They did not have the damage to finish it. RNG out of position, yet picking up a kill in the mid lane onto the retreating Camille. Able to get the steal. Karsa, once again, he got a steal on the Wind Dragon in the game 1. Now the Baron in game 2 does not look like Janet is getting out of this one, but this game, it says even gold, but this is not an even game. This is swung over to RNG's favor. They have another few minutes of Baron in which they can start knocking down these turrets. They do have the scaling comp here at 30 minutes. And let's look at these items. Caitlyn now at 4 items, completing the Mercurial Scimitar, has not died. 388 farm in 30 minutes from Uzi is, I have to say, normal for him, but this is not normal CS amounts. His 13 and a half CS per minute, I mean per 10 minutes is so impressive. And here they just have 3 members damaging. Camille in mid lane, trying to delay, goes the wrong direction, and Janna not able to do anything. And just a straight smite. It looked at 902. Yeah, that's the face we all make when that happens. It's just bigger stakes here in the professional stages. Karsa barely playing in this tournament, and even getting behind in this game too, severely to Broxa's Skarner, yet coming up big when he needs it most. This experienced veteran of the Flash Wolves. Him and Maple, being such a dynamic duo over in the LMS region, coming over to the powerhouse RNG, who have him as a backup jungler. They have 2 junglers that are extremely good, and here he's coming in the semifinals and performing like a champ. And from a repeat of last game, they're pushing waves down. They were able to get an inhibitor in game 1 with the Baron, and not only they're pressuring top, but they're able to pick it up a kill here on bottom lane as well. Teleport coming in. They're going to turn this fight. If RNG can win this fight, this could be curtain calls for Fnatic. Let's see if they can do it. Uzi in the front line, just getting a little bit too much damage. He was just putting himself in position to be able to do more, and in doing so, it looks like it's gonna have to be going down. There's not much he can do. And there are the Barons that are down on 4 out of 5 members. Only Vladimir still having the Baron. And a little bit of over-aggression from RNG when they were pressuring top and were able to still secure the kill on bottom. They didn't need to go extremely hard back on top again. until they reset, and they tried and was not able to secure that. With Fnatic getting this dragon, it's going to be even dragons at 2 apiece at the exact same ones, Wind and Mountain. And picking up this kill with the Baron buff, you really had to disengage at this point. See, going back in with Karsa ended up not being the play. They're not that far ahead. It's even gold. Uzi going in a little deep as well. Just a couple of players going in a little bit too far, trying to deliver the killing blow to Fnatic, and in fact, getting Fnatic right back in this game, evening up the dragon count, and going to be on a fairly even keel here at the 34-minute mark. Still an impressive Baron power play at 6,192 gold, almost as much as in game one, in which that was the real decider. But because Fnatic was already up about 6,000 gold when that Baron happened, RNG is now just back to even. Late game Uzi picking up a stopwatch in the last item slot. Just realizing that little bit of survivability can mean all the difference. I mean, of course, when he has the gold to finish his build, he's going to do it. But RNG going back in, double knockup. Janna going out extremely quickly. Not only that, Caps down to one shot, and once again, a double kill. RNG is going to be able to do a lot of work with this. They're going to be pushing, but Camille has such a lead over the Orin that able to pick up an inhibitor. What a very strange turn of events here. Losing the team fight, but yet Camille picking up the inhibitor. But how much do they lose? Do they lose 2 inhibitors for trading that? Doesn't look like it because the top lane turret is still alive. Uzi with that red buff, getting the burn. Picking up 2 inhibitor turrets with the inhibitor. Favorable trade for RNG. Baron up in 15 seconds. 2 of the members going back to base. Just barely able to get out is Karsa. Not going to be able to base, unfortunately. Will not be able to purchase any control wards or any items before this Baron is up. Unusual move from Karsa, knocking out the blast cone from behind the Baron of his own side. I'm sure there's a reason for that, but the reason escapes me as I am not a professional. Once again, the 2-on-1 onto Camille, just barely being able to get out. Excellent split push here from Camille, using the flash. Camille does have the teleport, does have super minions pushing into bottom wave. As soon as the team calls it, the Camille can teleport into lane. I mean, into the pit here. Just playing with the waves. Mid wave is pushing for RNG. Bot wave is pushing for Fnatic. Inhibitor going to be up slightly longer. There's a 2-on-1 once again. No flash for the Camille. Can she get out? Yes is the answer. Orin heading over towards the pit. Dragon, Baron here at 3,000. It's a 4-on-4. Both top laners are pretty far away. They want to let the Baron get back up. RNG are at full health. Broxa here as Skarner down at 55, 60% health. Engage here from the Zac, flashing in towards Camille. Big shot from the Caitlyn. So close. That was flat. That was smited down to 146 health. Then Caitlyn being able to pick it up with an auto. RNG once again winning the Baron dance, but Camille doing amazing work inside the base, deciding not to head over towards the Baron fight, but in fact do as much base damage as possible, knocking out a Nexus turret as well as damaging another one down to 10%. That trade was not as bad as it looked in the favor of Fnatic. They just have to survive this Baron from RNG, and then Fnatic, if they win one team fight, can really push in and destroy the Nexus. The Nexus turret of RNG is only 4 or 5 auto attacks away from being down, depending who's hitting it. They're going hard onto Xiaohu, being able to just get the stopwatch, flashing out, but Camille getting the kill, trading back onto the Janna. It's a 4-on-4 double stun from Caps. RNG going back. They do have Baron. They do have the extra ability. The Fnatic pushing in. Camille putting all kinds of pressure, getting CC'd up, less than 40% health, being able to get it down. The Caitlyn trapping right underneath the Camille. A couple of autos is all that needs. Fnatic's going to try to rush this down, but it will be contested. Very close smite fight, and it's once again Karsa getting the smite. I can't believe it. He's getting all of these smites. This is the heavily experienced Karsa, this man who has been in so many fights against Korean teams, Chinese team, coming up again and again. The Flash Wolves of old being able to get so many upsets against world championship caliber teams, and he's coming up big. The Baron, the Elder Drake, just in game 2. Wow, what a pickup for RNG, and Karsa's coming up huge here in the semifinals of MSI 2018. What a series. Fnatic giving RNG all they can handle. RNG is just coming up a little bit more coordinated. The abilities are just a little bit more well-timed. Excellent split push from Camille, putting all kinds of pressure on the bottom side of the map, but yet RNG able to knock her out, knock the team out. Baron minions pushing up the middle. Middle inhibitor just down recently. They're going to be looking to push in top and mid wave. Fnatic, as you can see, they had a 4K gold lead for a good point of this game. But getting leads were not their problem. And this is all but closed out. Yes, you can kill Karsa and Zac, but it's not the person you need to be taken out. Uzi and Xiaohu in the back line, being the carries for their team. What an excellent game. These games are such high quality. How entertaining this is. RNG picking it up, game 2 here at MSI. Once again, no real complete standout on RNG, but as a team playing so well together. Ornn having an extremely hard time against the Camille, yet having the engages when necessary, doing just enough to keep his team in it. Xiaohu and Uzi doing the damage on the carries. Ming going around the map, and Papa Smithy's talking with his hands. He's very animated. He's saying some wisdom. Guy casts LCK all the time. He sees the best of the best. He knows what's going on here. RNG's coming out just barely ahead. Captain Flowers, you can see it too. Wow. Let's see if this keeps up. Exel here, MSI 2018, 2-0 for RNG. Let's see if they can close it out. Exel, MSI 2018.